Hey man, rip Cruise, rip Probe, really. I think Probe was actually... I think Probe's actually the card that hurt more to lose. Yeah, this seems fine. I think Mueller said they were playing Tron. Mueller's a sub. So lead on this probably for Temple Garden. I don't think I want a Mystic Speculation on one. Not Tron, okay. I wonder if they're playing the Kiki deck. A nice last turn. So you have Glittering Wish that can go fetch our Ascendancy. Could be Cobra Sahili. And a mid-range value deck. An okay draw. Start on Sleight of Hand. This might be a little greedy. I don't play that many lands. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna Manamorphose and just cycle this. I really want to hit a land here so I can go Caryatid plus Bird. Alright, made a blue for explicitly this reason. God, I missed again. It's a tilt. Alright, well, I guess we'll play this bird. What's going on, Jet? The Legacy only play. No, I was doing Legacy only last night. I've got a bunch of Modern donation lists to get through too, so get a little variety. Hey Pat, I'm glad you enjoyed that. They're playing Nightfall, maybe? Probably a Spell Queller we need to play around here. Jacob, buddy. Alright, land on top of our deck. I guess I probably want to land next turn too. So I'm gonna go ahead and Manamorphose here. Grab green. We'll grab white, doesn't really matter. Play this. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Glittering Wish. I would like to use Glittering Wish's ability. Let's go get Jeskai Ascendancy. Hey, Rolk! With the 9-month subscription. Thanks very much, bud. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Happy late birthday. Hopefully. We'll see. It feels like they're holding a Queller here, so I wouldn't be too surprised if this gets gobbled up by that. Oh, they're just companying? Yeah, just flip a Queller on top of their deck for the company. Yeah, seems good. So we could potentially go off next turn, right? All right, I'm not dead on board, right? I should probably play around Spell Queller, right? So we'll just cast Silence. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go help the toddler who is... What's up, bud? Is our house not doing what we wanted to do? The pillow? What do you want? You sure? You want this? In there? No? Good, you're capable, toddler. Alright. Alright, so... This. I guess this thing. Leading on silence gives us one less loot, which kind of sucks. Oh, that was a mistake, right? I just wasn't thinking when I came back. Now I don't have any way to generate card advantage. I guess I could cycle this land later. I should have... Alright, so this needs to get a blue source. Alright. Glittering Wish should have Scarscale. That lets me draw some cards, right? Okay, that's what we want to do. We want to go get Scarscale. I'm going to go green, white. Cast this. This triggers this. Discard that. Hey, thanks for being here, Johnny Redeemed. Alright, so we'll untap these. We'll get Scarscale Ritual here. Put 2 minus counters on my that. This loot. Use this ability. Serum Visions is probably better than Mystic Speculation, right? It's kind of close. What are the odds we time out today? Hi. Oh wait, I need to get mana floating here, right? I want to make extra green for now in case I hit a Glittering Wish, probably. Extra blue for cantrips. Yeah, probably blue for cantrips. Auto yield to this one. Does second Ascendancy really do anything for me? Lets me generate extra mana and do more looting. So if I play this Crypt, I draw the Ascendancy. I generate extra mana. And the Ascendancy draws me Noxious Revival. Now our combo does not win through the attack step. Yeah, I think I'm okay with both of these. They're going to generate me a bunch of mana here. I'll make white, red, and then I'll cast this, which triggers my stuff. When you win with Flesh Blood out of the board with Glittering Wish. Two Ascendancies would go infinite with Mystic Speculation. Yeah, I discarded that. I didn't know I was adding another Ascendancy coming up. And we wouldn't have gotten there if I didn't have the Serum Visions, right? I just play the decks people send me money to play. Red, just make it blue. So now we'll get a Noxious Revival. Oh. I don't have any cards, right? This was a mistake, right? I don't have any cards now. Am I just dead? I'm just dead, right? Because Noxious Revival doesn't do it. Because I'm bad at counting. I guess I just passed the turn, right? Embarrassing. We're not dead on board, though. Like, my opponent only has 4 flying power. I have a Trump blocker. So their last card is Collected Company. They just click through their attack step. I think they just click through their attack step. This gets me infinite things, right? With my 2 darks that I have. I should stack these. And I need to respond to these with mana from these. That's not true. I have a Horizon Canopy right here. I did not have to upkeep anything. By waiting to do it, I generate 3 extra mana, right? I mean, I'm an idiot, but I'm pretty sure I understand that, right? Yeah, Fatestitcher's great. Hey, Matt the Champ, who do you think is better, Kiki or Cobra? I don't know the answer. If you like cast, I think they're both fine. If you like casting Restoration Angel, they're both fine. Alright, if they spell Queller us here, there's still a non-zero chance we can win since we do this Manamorphose, which is great. Oh, they hit Scavenging Ooze. That's really unfortunate for us. That's really unfortunate for us. They have 2 mana too. So they could take my... Take my Mystic Speculation away here. They did not take my Fatestitcher though, so that's good for us. Oh, they could respond to this Unearth trigger. I tapped an island, because even though I have mana floating. I'm so good at this. Alright, so there's still a non-zero chance we can go off here, right? Depends on what we draw at the end of this. We also have a draw with this this Horizon Canopy, right? So let's do that first, actually. God, we are totally gonna... Oh god, that's the nut right there. That's the nut, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way. Unearth is a sorcery speed activation, just for reference. Like to discard with Madness. Yep. Does that hit the nuts, or does that hit the nuts? Alright. Cast this Nagging Thoughts. Yeah. Trigger everything. I don't even know what's going on. Let's put this up here. My opponent's board is irrelevant. My opponent's board does not matter. White, blue, okay. Put a card to put in your hand. Take Fatestitcher. Okay. Stitch the Fatestitcher. Response to this. Make some mana. Yep. Mana. I don't think they're deterministically dead, but we're getting close here, and we still have 2 mana coming from this, right? I don't remember what colors we need, but we have all colors of mana, so you know, we've got that going on. I probably could stop floating mana at this point, right? Like we have like an arbitrarily large amount of mana, basically. Oh, I should have. I guess we could brick and die here, right? We could definitely brick and die. I should have put Fatestitcher. Should have put Fatestitcher into play. Opinion on Modern Infect seems... Oh, float another mana there. Did I just brick again? Was I supposed to Swan Song that for 2 more loots? Is that a thing I was supposed to do? I guess I get 1 more draw out of it. Oh, we bricked and died, didn't we? I guess I punted, right? So I should have... What I should have done is... Then this was a really small mistake. I didn't think this Path to Exile was going to matter. So what I should have done is I should have taken this Path to Exile off of this, because this would have given us 2 loots, and instead I took this Fatestitcher. So if I would have taken the right card with Nagging Thoughts, we would have gotten 2 more loots, and then the Swan Song would have gotten us 2 more loots off of that. We'd have drawn, yeah, and then we'd have gotten the Glittering Wish and killed them. Yeah. I'm gonna concede the match because there's no way I can win. I'm glad we did the 8-ticket league. I'll pop this back up. There's no way I can win 2 games in 12 minutes with this deck. So let's try again. Let's take another shot here. I don't know what AGDQ is. I don't know what that is, but welcome. Welcome. Oh, everyone coming over. Yeah, K Mueller, we'd have killed you. You didn't actually have lethal when you misclicked your combat step, and we'd have killed you on my turn if I knew what I was doing. So could have killed you but didn't cause I'm bad. Cerulean Wisps. Yeah, probably happy with that card, right? Probably just want to dig for a land. Although I guess this is technically free, right? Like, it's good when we're going off, and on our creatures it doesn't actually cost us mana. Okay. Hey, Cade Mueller with the big cheers. Yeah, this deck's weird. It's got a lot of small things that I need to realize to do, which is tough to do when talking and reading chat. I think it's optimal to birds on one here. Grixis control, feel free to toy with the sideboard. Thanks, GK. I'll pop that one in the queue. GK, could you do me a favor? And do you want me to just play Burkhart's list? I assume you just want me to play Burkhart's list? Their hand's pretty slow, and we just drew a land. It's a good start for us. So now we're looking for a Jeskai Ascendancy to put things away, basically. Silence probably doesn't do much at this point. I'm gonna bottom this land and top this. I did not play in the open. We had snow in the Midwest last night, and I decided to be a responsible adult and not try and travel while it was snowing. I don't know if it's an MTGO setting, but since I started playing it under wine, the cursor does this question mark thing. So I'm not 100% sure what that is. If we had Ascendancy this turn, we could probably kill them, but if we don't, we're probably going to be a little bit slow. I guess these are free cycles. Unfortunate. Am I dead on board if I block? I don't think so. I'm just gonna upkeep silence them. Although, do I really want to silence them? No, I probably don't. I think I'm fine if they play spells instead of firing up the Nexus. I'm probably dead if they choose not to play around anything. Sure. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it seems to be working well. We streamed all yesterday through Wine without issues. Alright, so if I hit Ascendancy or Wish, we should be okay here, but outside of that, we're gonna be in some trouble. And I guess I have a redraw here. Fatestitcher's not gonna do it. This is probably not a silence matchup, right? Probably a fine path to exile, Ancient Grudge matchup. No idea. I mean, I hate when people say things like that, like, is this playable? Because, like, most of the decks people play in Modern are, like, hot garbage. So, like, hey, brand new subscriber, the Phoenix Wolf with the $4.99 a month. Thank you very much and welcome. Subscriptions are the best way you can support my content here, so I really appreciate that. Most of the decks people play in Modern are, like, the hottest of garbage. So, like, Is this deck great? Probably not, but is it less bad than a lot of the things people play in the format anyways? Probably. And I have no idea how it wins. We win with... So, this is a good stop while we're sideboarding here. This is how we actually win the game. You can also tap down their creatures and attack with the Birds of Paradise, but often you just Glittering Wish for Flesh Blood and blood your opponent to kill them. Let's try again here. That being said, you are pretty dependent on finding your namesake card to combo off, but like at the same time, you know, a lot of decks are like that, and this deck has a lot of card selection in it, in addition to having 7 copies of its namesake card thanks to Glittering Wish. Seems pretty good. It's got our Ancient Grudge in the opener, like a professional. One thing I wonder is if I'm supposed to board in either the Grudge or the Wear Tear, just because, like, I'm probably not going to need to wish for both of them. Or, sorry, the Abrupt Decay or the Wear Tear. We have an Abrupt Decay and a Wear Tear in our sideboard right now, and I probably don't need both of them in there. So, the reason Reverend Silence is in the board is so you can kill your own Blood Moon, but why there were 4 of them, I will never know. Hey, Hilarious Max with the 22-month resubscription. A long time. Thank you very much, and welcome, welcome, welcome back. I do appreciate it. A long time. Long time. Sylvan Caryatid. I'm gonna bottom this, top the bird. Am I going push here? I think I'm going push. I kind of want to hit an untapped land next turn, right? So that way I can go Caryatid plus Grudge. Yeah, but like that doesn't need 4 of them. That doesn't need 4 of them. Okay. On the first target for our Ancient Grudge. Perfect. Got rewarded for tight play. And technically incorrect to tap my lands like that, but I know I'm using my other 2 this turn, so I might as well. And so far, it's a lot for this deck, right? The meme level is directly proportional to how many cards I have to read. Ancient Grudge this in response, that way they can't sack it to the Ravager. Alright. Give me an Ascendancy. Give me a Glittering Wish. We draw a brick here. I might just diddle my bird with the Cerulean Wisp, so that way I can get a little bit deeper. Opponent is putting us under a non-zero amount of pressure. It's not terrible. Looks in here. That's pretty terrible. Alright, so that's a thing. I might regret tapping out and not leaving the Grudge up here. This is kind of bad for us because it exposes us to Thoughtseize or Stubborn Denial or Counterspell, Spell Pierce out of their sideboard. Potentially Whip Flare to clean up our Birds of Paradise. That's great for us. All right. High probability they are dead. No guarantees here. No guarantees. There's no guarantees in the world of Ascendancy, but high probability they're dead. Old red, white, and blue here. The classic tap my bird that's already tapped. Right. We got 2 more shots at finding something to let us keep going. We just draw a bunch of lands and die like a professional. Why do I say stuff like that? Alright, well. Do whatever. Yeah, the grudge gives us an extra loot, right? That very good draw. We actually don't even have to fully combo here, right? Because if we just cast enough things, we get to kill them with these Birds of Paradise. Glittering Wish is a great draw. It lets us Scarscale Ritual to keep going. This was the card we were having trouble finding last game. Serum Visions, also an excellent draw. Yeah, sure. So you should always loot because you just want to put Fatestitchers into your discard pile with this deck. Well, those are both excellent. Okay, our opponent is very dead here. Our opponent is very dead. So we go, we're just making random amounts of mana with these. Cast this Glittering Wish. I don't actually want to loot here because I want both the cards that are on top of my deck, right? I don't want to discard anything. I know I just said always loot, but we have an extra information here. It's just too many, whatever it's called. It was just way too many. It is a pretty blue bird, and that's actually supposed to be blue. That's not a Moto feature blue. That's like Moto's correct in making this blue. Minus counters on here. Deck looks like someone smashed Chord of Calling and a Storm deck together, right? And we have an arbitrarily large amount of mana at this point. The mana is not about to be the bottleneck this game. And that's the real trick here is not timing out, right? That's the real trick. And I can actually just kill them here, right? Because they have this, so I can just go grab Flesh Blood with this and then kill them. It's like I do this. It is. This is Magic Online running through Wine without a virtual machine. Making arbitrarily large amounts of mana because I can. To get Flesh Blood. Just keep making blue mana because it's the best mana. Cast Blood, right? Target Creature deals damage that goes power to a creature or player. Cast blood. Choose target creature you control to deal damage. Target that one. Choose the player to be dealt damage. Pick that one. Triggers. Yeah, of course it's leaking memory in Wine. Wine doesn't fix bugs the software has. How do we feel about boarding in this Abrupt Decay? Or this Wear Tear? This Wear Tear? I feel like I want to board... There's a Wear Tear here, right? Yeah, I feel like I want to board one of these, and the Swan Song doesn't seem very good. Yeah, I streamed all day yesterday on it. It seems like it doesn't have too many issues. Wear Tear is easier to cast without a dork. Yeah, that's true. I want to board that one in, leave the decay in the board. Do that. Feel like Swan Song's not very good. Look at that, we comboed off and we still have 15 minutes on my clock. That's so good. I guess against D's, right? Got cantrips and Caryatid. It doesn't have our namesake in it, but this seems decent. I don't think this is a mulligan by any means. As you will, opponent. I've never used Wine on OS X. I only use Linux, but I'm running this through Wine without the Docker. The Docker image just worked for me too. I have no idea how to set up Docker on OS X either, but I'm told that Wine works on OS X. Arcbound Ravager here, because why not? I already have it in play. I think Griselbrand or Jeskai Breach is better. I don't really like the Jeskai Breach deck, so I don't really like the Jeskai Breach deck, and I like the Griselbrand deck, so they have a Spellskite in their deck? Wild. Their clock is pretty slow here, though, right? And, like, this Sylvan Caryatid is going to be able to get in the way of this Web Knight. I played any more Epic? I haven't. I'm waiting for details on their summer thing. They're supposed to be having a tournament series this summer, or qualifiers for some kind of larger tournament, and I plan to do my best to try to qualify for that once they have the details public. Nice, Iron. Yeah, the ramp deck is great. Top 8'd both the events that I've played it in. So we're taking a hit for 3 here, down to 14. We cantrip a little bit here. Sleight of Hand on, looking for an Ascendancy. Birds of Paradise, tilt. Guess I'll just play Bird. Oh, you know what? I should have played the Bird off of this and then Cerulean Wisp, I think, just to like cycle through my deck, because I don't want to fetch shock in Cerulean Wisp, but I kind of want to just cycle through a couple of these. Modern, Enduring, Ideal. Maybe I'd have to see the deck list. There's one of those that top something recently, right? So probably that list is fine. They're taking 4 or 5 this turn effectively. Grab Steam Vents here. Have a lot of blue. I guess we could technically cast this Fatestitcher next turn, but that doesn't sound particularly appealing. I'm not sure how you get more all in than the existing red-black reanimator decks. I'd probably play that, but like every time I play the red-black reanimator deck, I'm always just like, why is this good? Why are people playing this? Probably gonna be cycling this Horizon Canopy. Finally reprint. Nope, that's not a cranial plating. Okay, deal. So we're probably gonna be dead next turn, right? So I probably just want to like blow my load here. We'll take 3 on this attack so I can block with the Sylvan Caryatid. Okay, it's another cantrip. Do I want to path something? Maybe I should fetch the Thin. Things are not looking good for our hero here, folks. I'm just gonna path this to get it out of here. I think I am. Take 1 less here. Oh, the Ravager doesn't have flying, because I'm dumb. When we do something without an obvious reason, it's because we're not paying attention. For those at home. All right, so if I lose by 1 point of damage, which I'm sure we're going to now, I deserve that. If we hit an Ascendancy next turn, there's a non-zero chance we could go off. Glittering Wish also allows us to do it. We're not dead. I have a Pithing Needle and Arcbound Ravager, Bobby. These are literally just 1/1s. This 10 out of 10 should have blocked here. Faithless Looting. Alright, deal. God, what a tilt. Good lord. I'm gonna pass the turn here and hope to not get Galvanic Blasted, I think. I'm holding this Misty Rainforest to flashback Faithless Looting with next turn. For people that are wondering why I didn't play that out. That was intentional, it wasn't. Yeah, we're definitely a little unfortunate this game. Game 1 that also happened too, but again, like that's just like how decks like this go sometimes. Like you don't sometimes you don't have the cards your deck is named after. I think I'm going block here, and then just going to 1, right? Like 1 and 2 are basically the same. I'd rather have an extra piece of mana next turn. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Dead to Galv Blast either way. For the love of God. It has to be like just like abundant into it now. Even that's not enough, I don't think. I guess the path might get us going. Path plus looting. We have to like exactly Ascendancy here. Okay. All right. You're saying there's a chance. I mean, Spell Pierced. That's gonna exactly get us. Yep, I'm a mana short. I'm a mana short. Needed that to happen 2 turns ago. Or we needed to... Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. I feel like we got pretty unlucky there. Took us, what, we bottomed 4 cards, so it took us like 30 looks to find 1 of 7 cards. And then they had to have Spell Pierce. No, that's not true. I didn't have another basic in my deck, Bob, and I needed cards left in my hand to make looting working. So, like, I needed that card in my hand to go off, so the health point didn't matter at all. No, the bird wouldn't be dead. Why would the bird be dead? I should have blocked with the Sylvan Caryatid the turn before to be +1 health, but the health ended up not mattering. Needed the card in my hand. Any rate, while I wait for the third match to pop, this is a really interesting deck, and this is like, people often ask me what I'm looking for in a format of Magic. It is literally that when I finish a game of Magic, I want to look back at the game of Magic that I'm playing and go, huh, I had slightly different lines at these points in this game, and I could have made different decisions to have given myself a better edge in that game. And I really feel like so far, having played this deck, we've only played 3 games, right? 4 games? Yeah, we're 4 games in. And I feel like in the 3 games that we've lost, I've had that happen. I've looked back and I've gone, man, we really kind of made some mistakes there, and I'm interested to try and get a little bit better. If you're enjoying what you see, you enjoy me punting around with this deck, make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything else so people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. Those both help support myself financially directly so I can spend more time producing content like this and less time doing other things. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors, mtgotraders.com. I'd love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout, then you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using promo code Jeff12. You save 12% custom playmats, mouse pads, sleeves, etc. And finally, SpareDeck.com. They offer a unique service that will rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck. You can rent a deck for a weekend or up to an entire month with them. They're a great service if you want to try something sweet like this, but you want to try it before you buy it. It's a great way to do that. Very slim, but maybe abundant growth. So that doesn't matter, Candyman, because remember, Jeskai Ascendancy doesn't actually draw us cards, it loots. So I need to have a card left over in my hand with the Path to Exile for the Path to Exile to actually let us start comboing through our deck. So it wasn't just the fact that I needed a mana, plus I still needed to have a card in my hand. Hey, look, we have Jeskai Ascendancy in our opener. We don't have any dorks in our opener, though, which is kind of scary. That sounds, so far from the games we've played, that sounds really bad. I feel like from the games I've played so far, I would much rather have the Scarscale Ritual and Sphinx's Revelation every time we've done it. Which backward? Fetch a breeding pool here. Start with Sleight of Hand here. We're looking for lands and dorks. That's really unfortunate. We're technically 5 colors, right? We've got black cards in our wish package. Sure. Again, this is for those of you that are new to the stream, this is a donation deck list. I don't have any thoughts or opinions really on any of the cards in this deck so far. There's no, I am not saying that this deck is optimal. Just, it might be, it might not be. I don't actually know. Unlike a lot of people that stream Magic on Twitch, I'm not just going to sit here and spew and pretend that I have all of the answers to a question that I almost certainly don't have all the answers to. It feels fitting that the first time we have Jeskai Ascendancy in our opening hand, we get Thought Seized. Feels fitting. I can only assume that, like, Grixis Shadow is going to be an abysmal matchup for us, right? Also, shout out to my opponent playing the best deck in the format in the Friendly League. Come on now. Come on now. If more people, Magic players included, but this is just the people in general, if more people would just not be afraid to say, I don't know the answer, the world would be a much better place. The first step towards being a smart individual is knowing what you don't know. Land. All right, tilt. Grishelbland could play a wish board with the new Diabolic Tutor. I don't know what card that is. I haven't looked. You have a link? I haven't actually looked at the full spoiler. Probably do that at some point. I technically pay the card tax, right? Wait, plug your tablet in before it dies. This tablet's running out of battery. Oh, all right. Looking for some land, looking for some land. Heidi ho, the cherry-o, looking for some land. Why is this man? Because he knows nothing. Tutor your deck or Burning Wish. That's interesting. Oh, it's not Burning Wish, it's any card. That's much better. That's much better. Hey, Xavimancer with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. As always, subs are the best way you can support my content here. It's cool, opponent. It's why like my hand was finally just shaping up. No big NBD, no big deal. Tilt. Yeah, Burning Wish is only sorceries. Any card, huh? Wait, they took my... Oh, they just have a Stubborn Denial, and I drew a land because I'm a goddamn professional. Hey, DMS5J with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just gonna pass the turn here, right? No reason to do anything else. Next turn we'll probably go off. I don't know, Cathartic Reunion's pretty good in that deck. Just for what it's worth. Search your library for a card and put it into your hand. Search, but like, why do you have to sideboard these cards? Like, if you want to draw these cards, like, this isn't a wish. You could actually just like play this card in addition to the other cards, in addition to getting sideboard cards out too. The Phantasmal image was too cute every time I tried it. They're holding up push. Yeah, we have two Fatestitchers though, right? So they need 2 pushes. You can always find links to the donation queue here. My opponent's disconnected. It is, yes. The donation queue is very stacked up right now. We're gonna be, so this weekend's pre-release weekend. So we're gonna be doing a long stream on Sunday. Hopefully work through, you know. Ideally I'd like to keep the donation queue in the single digits, but that just hasn't been possible recently. So. Correct, I'm not complaining. I'd much rather have it be full. So people have been asking me if I'm going to charge more money for the donation deck list because it's been so successful, but honestly, the donation deck list page is very upfront about it might take me a little while to get to your list, and it's not like people are going to be surprised by how many there are, right? Like, the list is there, you can see if it's long or not. So I'd rather just have more donation lists in the queue rather than charge people more and get less of them. Because we've gotten a lot of really sweet decks through the donation queue that I just wouldn't have thought to play otherwise. Yeah, Blood Sun seems sweet. I tweeted a picture of a red-green Tron list with Blood Sun potentially in it earlier today that we're going to be trying later this week, hopefully. The Rivals cards hit Magic Online on Wednesday. They're going to be difficult to get for a little while, but if we can get 3 or 4 copies of Blood Sun, we're going to try that in Tron. That is true too. The sweeter I find the donation deck lists, like deck lists that feature Restoration Angel and Chord of Calling and Eldritch Evolution, oddly find themselves bumped to the front of the line fairly often. What's the estimated wait time? Up to a week? Probably longer than that. So like there's like 20 lists on there right now, and I try to do probably 10 a week. But remember, you know, playing a league with a deck list like this one we've been playing for an hour already. So leagues take anywhere between an hour to sometimes 2.5 hours. So like that's 40 hours worth of Magic content right there. And I try to stream 25 to 30 hours a week. So there's at least a week's backlog in there without me throwing in any deck lists that I'm actually interested in playing for my own personal testing. How much money you send. If you send extra money, you move to the front of the line. Or if you send something sweet. Like I said, I'm a sucker for Restoration Angel. I'm a sucker for Chord of Calling. Yeah, I think so. I intentionally cut a land because I added 3 cantrips to the deck. The rule of thumb is like 2 cantrips is like a land drop or something. The typical theory is that two cantrips equal a land drop. So adding 3 cantrips and cutting a land, I think is fine, even if they cost 3. My opponent seems to be timing out here, which is unfortunate. If you're on YouTube in the future and you haven't skipped ahead yet, you should probably try that now. We are currently 0-2, but the first match I fumbled around and punted the first game, and then I didn't have enough time left on my clock to win 2 games with this deck on Magic Online, so I just conceded the match after punting the first game because I just wasn't actually going to be able to win the match. No, I don't think so, especially not with the fact that, like, the Kiki Chord decks I've been playing are playing, like, Lotus Cobra and Renegade Rallier, so we have a lot of power worth of creatures as well. I don't think the old builds of Kiki Chord with, like, a bunch of walls are particularly good. Yeah, the 10 minutes is such a... Alright, they're back. Welcome back, opponent. And I already tried fast-forwarding the stream, right? Are they back? Are we doing it? Maybe. Are we going to declare an attacker opponent? I can't decide if I like the text on Magic Online better or worse through Wine. It's different. Christy said she actually likes it better than the default Magic Online text that we have when playing on Windows, but yeah, this is still running through Wine. You can kind of tell by looking at my client and seeing what the text is rendered as, which version we're playing on. I haven't blown my VM away yet just in case I find something that's funky, but I feel like I'm falling into the camp of it's just different, and I don't... Went to the SCG Open in Columbus this past weekend. See, like, the beta was pure chaos, except a lot of... No, there's not... Modern doesn't have a metagame. It's the reason why people that play a lot of competitive Magic find Modern really frustrating, because there isn't a format to metagame. People that talk about Modern metagames like they exist just, like, must not have actually played the format. It's like, I don't understand what you're talking about when you say Modern metagame, because it basically doesn't exist. Love to use Jeskai Ascendancy's ability and discard this Faitestitcher. We're gonna make blue off of this. Put this Faitestitcher back into play. I'd like to unearth this guy. Yeah, probably. It could have been Reality Smasher too. Reality Smasher's bugged right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and... this is interesting. Do I want to... I feel like they have a Fatal Push here, so I think I'm actually gonna Cerulean Wisp their Snapcaster Mage as opposed to Cerulean Wisping my Faitestitcher. Which might be too cute, but it feels like they have a Fatal Push here, right? Yeah, so that fetch probably represents a Fatal Push. We're probably going to see them Fatal Push my Faitestitcher in response here, which I want to respond to that with another Cerulean Wisps. Nah, I think this is fine. I want to get a better idea what's going on here. Yeah, discard this. If they have another Fatal Push, this kind of sucks for us. Looting's pretty good. So, a metagame in the context of a TCG refers to the idea that... Oh, you know what? Was I supposed to Faithless Looting? I guess if they push this, I just Wisp it in response. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and Faithless Looting here. And then now, since they only have one black source left, if they go to Fatal Push this in response, I can Wisp it in response to get some more mana out of it. So a metagame refers to, like, the decks you're expecting to play against when you play the format. And, like, okay, this current standard format is exceptionally bad, right? So like there's a very narrow metagame for the current standard format. But like, for instance, in most standard formats, I could tell you, okay, in however many matches you can expect to play against these specific decks, so many particular times, right? In Modern, even the most popular decks, you can't expect to play against them fairly often because there's just so many different things the format has. And whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is like up for debate. But like the fact remains that like that's a truth about the format. That's like how the format works. You can't expect to play against particular things going into a tournament, and that makes preparing for a given tournament very difficult, especially if your goal is to play a deck that's interactive. Okay, go. Did your tablet die? Your tablet's fine. Want to back out of this? No. Please don't scream. There you go. Alright. Go ahead and loot here again. Silence is probably going to be pretty good for next turn. We'll see. We'll see what we draw here. I feel like they have a soft stub, so maybe I should have held that land. Yeah, I probably should have held that land. How do we feel about these? I kind of want to hold this path, right? I think I want to bin the Silence and the Slight. No, I'm gonna keep the Slight. Would Legacy have a metagame because it's an extra likely to face is smaller? Yeah, I think the power level discrepancy in Legacy is different. Also, like, the range of answers that you have in Legacy is a little bit more powerful than what you have in Modern. So, like, you can play a Force Days Thoughtseize deck and, like, know you're going to be reasonable against a lot of things. Like, there's some like, fringe things that, like, don't fall into that description, but, like, for the most part, they do. Super anti-alias to not full screen. Looks fine on the 4K. I'm not sure what that means. I don't think they have anything that punishes this block, right? Yeah, that's exactly right, Pinky Sentas. When you can't predict what you're interested in doing, there's two ways they could address how the modern format currently has like no way to play a reasonable 50% deck. And that's the big problem. When you hear the professional players talk about yay! When you hear the professional players talk about why Modern is rancid or why they don't enjoy it, the reason why that is because there isn't a deck that they could play where they will gain a bunch of percentage points against the field by playing this deck just by playing good Magic. It's possible I should have baited with a Sleight of Hand here. It's very possible I should have baited with a Sleight of Hand. I don't know. We got some stuff going on here. So this is a freebie. Am I supposed to Manamorphose first here? I'm probably supposed to Manamorphose first here. Because this one doesn't give me a decision and this one does. Loot. And again, just looking for Fatestitchers. Probably want blue here. Draw an extra card. Yes, the Sleight of Hand. I do have this Faithless Looting in the bank here at some point, which it looks like we're gonna need. Well, I guess I have a Sleight of Hand here still, right? Glittering Wish. Does that give me enough mana to do what I want to do? It does, right? Because I have a Scarscale Ritual on my board. So I can go ahead and do this and make white, green, and then cast this, and I have 2 blue floating. Nope, same as yesterday. Serum Visions is a good hit too. blue, cast the Scarscale Ritual. Some counters on there. Are we doing it, chat? I feel like we're doing it. Fatestitcher, yeah, buddy. We're okay. Okay, I think we're a favorite to win from here, but I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, right? Now these one mana spells net us a mana. And Faithless Looting is only going to cost me 1 mana. These are crap. And anyone who's giving you random matchup percentage numbers, they're just pulling numbers out of their ass. They don't actually know. They don't actually know is the answer. Like we don't have enough actual objective data to know. I can't always yes that. What a quality piece of software. So I'm gonna flash back this Faithless Looting, trigger these, look at 3 loots here. Past in Flames a consideration of this deck? I have no idea. It's an interesting question. Loot, well that sucks. I guess I don't actually need that many more to kill them, right? Because, what's it called? I have this guy to tap down their thing and I only need to get this to 9. Maybe. We're kind of bricking and dying here. Yeah, that's really bad for us. Did I miss floating a mana there? Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have done this first. Maybe I should have done this first. They can't buy this back. So if this bricks, we're actually just going to gonna lose. All right, that's a Glittering Wish. I don't know if that actually that's lethal, right? Glittering Wish is lethal. I think Glittering Wish is lethal. Bottom top. So I have Flesh Blood. So if I diddle you, yes. And then I go white, green, and then this untaps my stuff. All right, yeah, this is lethal. We have killed them. God bless us, everyone. Oh, I didn't want to discard that, right? That's fine. They're dead. I would like to use Glittering Wish's ability. I would like to get Flesh Blood. Would like to make green. I would like to make red. Technically, I can untap a thing, right? You can have a mana to spare. Target you. Target you. This will deal 7 to them directly, and then I get to attack them for 7 when this untaps. I could have also just killed them with the Sylvan Caryatid because it's larger than my Fatestitcher. Got him. Got him. My opponent's disconnected again, which is the real tilt to using the Flesh Blood. Fish Diddler is the winner. No Diddlerino. This deck's sweet. It's doing stuff. It's doing things. You know? It's more unique than Storm. 14 cards left in our deck. We did it, chat. No, so blood deals damage equal to a creature's power. Strike a creature player. So this would have just done 10 to them, which would have killed them. Because this did 7, which put them to 2. So doing 10 would have killed them. I do enjoy doing stuff and things. They are two of my favorites to be doing with regards to Magic the Gathering. The font is strange because we're playing Magic Online on Linux using Wine. Snitches get stitches. Think my opponent's a snitch. Yeah, no virtual machine, which is great. All the memory leaks of Magic Online and none of the Windows. It's great. Which RAM are we using? Look at that. We're only using a gig. Only using a gig of RAM so far. Also, Magic Online runs so well under Wine that OBS can't window capture it. So I'm capturing so you can see my taskbar when I mouse over it here. That's on auto hide. Have to capture the entire screen. My preferred Delver list in Legacy. You should look at whatever my last video was on my YouTube channel. Definitely a snitch. Yeah, Blood's exactly like Fling without the sacrifice. That is exactly what this card is. Only we can get it with Glittering Wish because it is multicolored. Yeah, Wine really is quality software. So this is this a Leylines in matchup? I feel like there's a couple different directions my boarding could go here. It's like, what axis do I want to fight on? It feels like it's not a Swan Song matchup. So like, I'm cutting the Swan Song. I feel like these are potential pieces of disruption that I could have in my deck. And I probably want to cut the Silences or the Leylines. I feel like it's probably not both. So what do we think, chat? Do we want Silences or do we want Leylines? Yeah, I agree that Thoughtseize is super annoying. I think I like that. This card's really overperformed the few times we've drawn it. I feel like I would be a fan of more Nagging Thoughts in my deck. What a great Hearthstone hand. Can't keep this one. We're on the draw. Fuck it. Alright. Alright, are we gonna do it, chat? Are we gonna do it? Doesn't cast Sleight of Hand, but I'll take it. Doesn't cast Sleight of Hand, but I'll take it. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Oh, Magic's great. Am I going to any opens this season? Maybe. I might go to some opens after the winter season is done. Look, my byline says Avatar agreed, chat. I don't know what you were expecting. Got him. Wife said no opens, so no opens. That's true. That is exactly correct. That is true. Truer statements could not be spoken. Watch us draw like the Stomping Ground. No, they do not scale. Magic events don't scale. Do you know why they don't scale? Because people keep showing up even though they don't scale. You know what tournaments do scale their prizes based on attendance? Hex tournaments. Hex tournaments scale their prizes based on attendance. It's weird, I know. A company. What a silly company consistently making good decisions for their game. All right, well, I wasn't going to jam this, but then we hit another land because I'm a goddamn professional. That resolved. Just gonna wait a turn. Just gonna wait a turn. I don't think they can take this Ascendancy off the table, so your move, Yugi boy. Sylvan Caryatid is so busted. What a busted Magic card. They probably kept a hand with a bunch of Thought Seizes in it, right, Zach? I just like leyline them and crush them. I'm a goddamn professional. I guess there could be merit to keeping the other bird and just like overloading their spot removal here. And with these Manamorphose here, I'm actually going to get a bunch of untapped triggers on this Fatestitcher. It's 10% most resource light hands. Excuse me, Gregor the nerd. You gonna try and push my guy off a cliff here? Oh, I should have played this land, right? Yeah, I should have played this land, actually. I need mana before I can play this Nagging Thoughts. All right, so now still in response to this, we'll Fatestitcher and then we'll do it again. Generate some mana. Yep. Yes, this, get my triggers. Remember that time we kept a no-lander, chat? Remember that time we kept a no-lander? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I technically should have stacked those in the other order, right? Yeah, it's untap before you loot. I should be stacking these in the other order. I get it, chat. I'm dumb. At least I understand that I'm dumb. And knowledge is power. Knowing that you're dumb is put one into your hand, put the rest in your bin. Yep, take that one. The Nagging Thoughts has been kinda nuts, just for reference. If I had to pick an MVP, it would probably be Nagging Thoughts so far. What do you think? Can we kill them before we time out here? That's gonna be the real ticket. Can I kill them before I time out? We drew another Manamorphose. What a professional. Triggers. All right, we'll start stacking these in the right order. This deck definitely doesn't need Gitaxian Probe. Gitaxian Probe's a stupid Magic card. Don't play Gitaxian Probe. That card should be banned at every format it's legal. Oh, untap the Canopy. That's such a good idea. God bless you, chat, and your good ideas. Love to use this ability. Discard that one. All right. We'll let this one resolve. Draw another card here. Is this Fatal Push good? I can't tell if this Fatal Push was good or not. It was good for my opponent. Noxious Revival. I would like to Noxious Revival my Nagging Thoughts. Good lord. Why is there not another Nagging Thoughts in this deck? I don't understand. Our opponent isn't deterministically dead, but they're pretty dead. This fatal push has done a lot. I can really appreciate what my opponent's done with this fatal push. Why there is not an always yes for this Fatestitcher is just like destroying my mind. Why doesn't Magic Online have this reasonable feature I want? Nobody knows. Why not? Big shout out to Sylvan Caryatid, by the way. Without your power, none of this would be possible. Oh, did I just miss a thing? I don't know if I missed a thing or not. I just need to not time out here. We've only got 8 minutes, chat. I've only got 8 minutes. I need to not time out here while we have them almost certainly deterministically dead. Faithless Looting. Deal. Man, are we finally out of instants? Is this Fatestitcher finally going to get fatal pushed? Is this Fatestitcher finally going to get fatal pushed? I think it is. I think this Fatestitcher is finally dead. You have bested my Fatestitcher opponent. You have bested my Fatestitcher opponent. Look, if my opponent wants to sit there while I vigorously masturbate on stream for everyone, that's fine. It's cool. Oh, look, another Fatestitcher. Is that one good? Right, they're actually just dead, right? I should stop dicking around. I should just kill them so this league doesn't take forever. Is what should actually happen here. Never stop dicking around, right? An opponent said GG's as soon as I cast the Glittering Wish. They did that. That's smart. They should wait. They should wait until we actually show them the kill card. Thank you to everyone out there that's hanging out, watching the stream this afternoon while I play some Jeskai Ascendancy combo here. I'm a sucker for a wish package, and boy does this deck have a wish package. For those that are just joining us, our win condition there is we fetch a Flesh Blood up out of the sideboard here, and Flesh Blood would blood our opponent to death with that Sylvan Caryatid that was on the board. This is like the best hand we've had today, right? I mean, it would involve more clicking, but we'd kill them there. Storm? Smells like Storm. I think Glittering Wish could do well on a Bant tempo shell. Probably not. So, a tempo deck wants to leverage getting ahead on mana, and playing a Wish is the opposite of getting ahead on mana. It's mana disadvantage, because you're getting cards that are good in specific situations, but you're also putting yourself a turn behind with them. I mean, Storm's probably a good matchup if they don't kill us on 3. They're probably way more consistent to kill on 3 than we are, right? Yeah, when energy gets banned, we'll 10 out of 10 be playing standard. They don't have a dork here. We're in a good spot. Just F&M small tournaments. I would recommend proxying both and then buying the one that you enjoy playing more. I think they're both fine decks, and I am favoring the Chord deck because I like the card Restoration Angel. If they like tap out here, we could theoretically kill them, right? Nope, we're dead. Got it. Good stuff. Opponent was going to pass the turn, but then decided we're dead. I don't think they're going to ban anything from energy. If they did, I would play standard again. I like how like they moved to their second main phase. They're like, nah, brah, you're dead. You're dead. Always, never not have Mana Dork on 2 and a Ritual Gifts on 3. I think the actual amount of matches I would need to play with the decks to determine if one was actually better than the other Pimped Up Monk is really high. Naya Burn, Abzan, or Esper Control. Burn. Light them on fire. If your goal is to win at Magic, if you enjoy playing all 3 of those decks equally, you should play Naya Burn, because it's the best of all of them. Yeah, your tablet was plugged in because the battery's dying. Alright. You want more popcorn? Okay, sit down. Come sit down. Get your tablet plugged back in. You need a diaper? Alright, I'm gonna sideboard really quick here and I gotta change a diaper. What are we supposed to do? Silence seems okay here. Tormod's Crypt. Are we actually just supposed to click submit? Swan Song's probably a little bit better than Path to Exile because it can protect us. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna swap those out. I'm gonna change a diaper really quick. I'll be right back, Jeff. This hand's probably not good enough in this matchup. What do we think? I feel like this probably isn't good enough. This is a cantrip I can't cast, a cantrip I can't, like, no Ascendancy, no Dork seems really bad. This hand has both of those things, sign me up. It's really easy to, like, make energy worse without banning absolutely everything. It's, like, exceedingly easy. You just ban Attune with the Aether and Rogue Refiner. At the very least, you get rid of Rogue Refiner, because Rogue Refiner just has too much text on it. Like, Rogue Refiner is playable as a 3-2 for 3 that just doesn't make energy. But for some reason, on top of that, it makes 2 energy as well. Alright, I'm just gonna... rid of that one. If you want to talk in circles in my chat, you should pay to do so. Otherwise, don't waste anyone's space. You got. I agree. I would much rather play versus Tron than Storm. Tron gives me... I have more meaningful decisions in most of my matches against Tron than I do against Storm. Because Wizards of the Coast has lots of money, I would probably use the words too large to fail. Getting remanded here. Yep. We are 1-2 in this league. We are down a game in this match against Storm. They killed us on the 3rd turn of the game because Modern is an interesting interactive format. I mean, like, I guess I can't really say much. We're trying to do similar things, but, like, our deck's much slower and less consistent than theirs, right? You should play the one you like playing more. You should proxy them both and find the one that you enjoy playing the most. Yeah, Storm has a lot of redundancy. It's like, so, like, Storm, this current iteration of Storm is just like another case of like Eldrazi Temple syndrome, right? Just like someone printed Baral and no one was like, you know what this probably does? It probably cracks Modern Storm in half. Nobody thought that to themselves, which is confusing to me because, like, it's really not hard to spot things like that. But at the same time, this is the design team that missed the Saheeli interaction. So it's just like, Noxious Revival is really good with Jeskai Ascendancy because it's a free spell. So with the Sylvan Caryatid, it basically generates a free mana. I'm gonna untap my dorks, and then we'll loot. Am I getting dispelled? I'm getting dispelled. That's fine. This still generates a mana. Yep, yeah, I agree. Their bottom line hasn't been hurt, so they don't care. Love to loot. Can't discard the Nagging Thoughts, and I think I'm actually binning Glittering Wish here, which feels weird, but I think it's the bin. I need to find a Fatestitcher or a land. Yeah, I'll probably Kismet Draft a little bit. This gives me redraws that I can play right away. Get 2 more shots at a land or a Fatestitcher. That's a land. Okay, so I can discard these 2. And now I can go ahead and play this Flooded Strand out and do this. Now I can go red this. Oh, I'm gonna need to draw a 1 mana thing, right? Oh, yeah, this isn't gonna work for me, right? I'm just not gonna have enough mana for this. I guess I could draw a 1 mana thing off of this. I need to draw a 1 mana thing off of this. I need to draw a 1 mana non-creature spell. So make blue, make red. Fatestitcher, that's really unfortunate. So now do I just cast Nagging Thoughts? I could flashback Faithless Looting, I guess. Yeah, flashing back Faithless Looting actually works now, right? Because I have this that I want to discard. Yeah, Manamorphose nets us some mana, but it doesn't until after it's already happened, right? So ditch this. And then this happens. I can ditch these two. Now we're finally gonna be able to use the Nagging Thoughts, right? Because I can do this, undiddle this. Hey, diddle diddle, the Fatestitcher and the fiddle, the cat jumped over the moon. And now we do this. We make sure we stack untap before the loot. So now these dorks will untap. And then before we loot, I'll rediddle something with the Fatestitcher. So that way we can have 2 mana to play this Nagging Thoughts, which is just the nut high. Love to draw. I would like to discard this Nagging Thoughts, or I'd like to trigger Madness. I'd like to pay mana with these. I would like to re-trigger my Hey Diddle Diddles. Like to loot. Get my loot on. Yep. Oh, Cerulean Wisps. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Right in the naughty spot with the Cerulean Wisps. Jeskai Ascendancy or Tormod's Crypt. I have enough mana at this point, right? I'm generating mana on most of these. I'm gonna get to make 2, and then this will net me a mana. Am I gonna run out of mana? I'm actually gonna run out of mana, right? So I can't take the Ascendancy yet. I don't think I could take the Ascendancy yet. It's kind of sad, but... don't want either of these. This deck is definitely a pile. 10 out of 10. Firm agree. Firm agree on the pile assessment. The best part about this is I could fizzle, so my opponent has to just sit there while we vigorously masturbate. Like to loot. Another Ascendancy. That good? This gets me Scarscale Ritual, right? This gets me Scarscale Ritual. Could I bin this at this point? I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, I could bin the Tormod's Crypt at this point. Then I could float mana with this in response, because this is gonna untap it. That's what a phenomenal draw there. Let's give it up for our boy Manamorphose here. Just give it up for our boy Manamorphose. Hey, R Saber with the Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support my content here. The real trick is, can we win 2 games without timing out? We're getting close. We're getting close to be able to kill him. Did I stack those wrong? Did I stack those wrong while I wasn't paying attention? God, there's so much going on with this deck. I should pay more attention to what we're doing. We're gonna get 2 mana from this. God, just... and another card? We're gonna get 2 mana and we're gonna get another card? How is that reasonable? Blue, blue. Cerulean Wisps. Every day it's Christmas when you have Cerulean Wisps. All right, so now I'm casting this Jeskai Ascendancy. Once I hit Cerulean Wisp and just have all of the mana in the world. And this is where things really get crazy. This is where it gets good, chat. Are you paying attention, chat? This is where it gets good. This is the type of modern memery that I can get behind. Another Fatestitcher, you say? Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Snitches get stitches. All right, bring it back. Bring it back now, y'all. Beep 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 beep. This seems like hell on Magic Online, right? Then you have to click yes. They're dead, right? They're dead. They're like deterministically dead. This has Defender, just for reference. This has Defender. No, they're dead. They're dead. I just have to click through it. So close to Fireball lethal. Oh, they're not quite dead yet. This is an 8 and this is a 3. Okay, so now this, for reference, and this is miserable at Magic Online. We are technically can cast this Mystic Speculation an arbitrarily large amount of times. Because every time we cast it, we get 6 mana and it costs us 4 mana. Just so people understand what's going on. I've explained to my opponents that this is a loop. They are allowed to make me click it out if they so choose. Should they decide that their life is worth more to them than that. Apparently their life is not worth more to them than that. And they make you click through your storm combo, opponent. That's just bad juju right there. Yeah, I agree. We have plenty of time. Arena's not going to support Modern, so it won't handle stuff like this, because it just won't support Modern. So now this attack kills them. Now I have 18 power worth of Fatestitchers. And they're dead. That's the intended purpose of Arena. It's the stated purpose of Arena. Magic Online also only had Standard when it first was released, but they've said that Arena only intends to support Standard. I'm gonna attack you for lethal. Was it good for you, opponent? I hope it was good for you. It was good for me. And you're dead. Got him. Got him. Eventually, we're gonna have a loop like this and say, oh yeah, certainly. Certainly a loop just like this one. They also said that that's true. Yep. Duels has a long future life ahead of it. Man, if this deck was less miserable to click through on Magic Online, I'd probably work on it. Do you want more popcorn? Do you want more popcorn? If you're looking for a sweet deck to play in paper, this one seems great. Really need to get a better computer chair. That kind of sucks. Hey, that was beautiful. Bionic Broccoli with the big cheers. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Wonder if my opponent just like AFK'd while we were vigorously going off. I know you warned me, but I wanted to try it, and I'm glad I tried it. I feel like this is like clicking through the combo is medium TV, but like the actual combo itself is really neat. This hand's great, right? Put it mulligan to 6. My body's ready to get turn 2 Blood Mooned. Silence is actually an okay hit. My body is ready to die in their turn 3 again. Oh, they don't have a dork. They don't have a dork. That's so good for us. A view from above. I'll have to... We'll see. If we play this again, I'll definitely put some thought into it. But like I said, so far I just don't have a lot of opinions on the deck because I haven't worked on it. Huh. Do I want to just jam Ascendancy here, or do I want to play Serum Visions? I want to just jam Ascendancy. Kill them next turn. Okay, draw. All right, well, let's start with silence, shall we? Actually, yeah, let's start with silence. Shh, be very quiet. We're hunting storm players. Be very quiet. Which spell? This spell right here. All right, that's fine. Loot, loot, loot. Loot, 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 loot. I don't want to say they're deterministically dead at this point, but that Nagging Thoughts is a pretty gas hit. Pretty gas hit. Beep, beep, beep. I fucking love this Nagging Thoughts. Just so everything is clear and above the board, I love this copy of Nagging Thoughts. It is so great. Just the best card in the deck by far. And top the crap out of that one. We're not short on anything right now, so yeah, Weirdgers are showing up sometimes and not other times. Why isn't there an always yes for this stupid thing? Why? Why? I just want to always yes this. Just always yes. Like every other thing on Magic Online that has a yes no prompt. Please always yes. Yeah, the opponent is very dead. Discard this here, Nagging Thoughts. Cast the Silence in response. Be very quiet while hunting storm players. Be very quiet, chat. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Makes me really sad. I guess I should have cycled this Horizon Canopy there, right? Because all of my cards were good. I should have cycled my Horizon Canopy there. What a punt. What a punt! Fine. We have an embarrassment of riches. Clearly, this deck is better than Storm, for we are currently beating Storm. Why is my opponent auto-yielding? You literally can't play spells, opponent. This is what you get, Storm opponent. Karma! Karma's coming for you, Storm opponent. Dear Watsy, please nerf. All right, we have the Serum Visions that still needs to resolve. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Do 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 do. It's definitely cooler than Storm. You're not wrong. And like, so this deck is like equally as obnoxious as Storm when it's comboing, but like the axes that you get to fight this deck on, it feels like there's so many more. Like you can kill their namesake piece, you can kill their creatures in play. Like this, I think, is a good example of like a combo deck that like I don't mind being in the format. Do 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 do. You can play Linvala. Yeah, there's just like this deck gets attacked on so many axes. And I think like that's indicative of a sweet combo deck to me, right? Like it's doing powerful, neat things, but like there's lots of ways you can interact with it. I'm gonna go pick up another Ascendancy here, so that way we can kill them faster. That way we give them +2/+2 every time. We've leaked so much. That's true. I'll have to check where we're at. This gets like a touch faster once I know where I'm supposed to be clicking. So now this Glittering Wish makes 6 mana when we play it, which is just fantastic. All right, so they're gonna die here in a second. Do 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 I don't even need to be making mana anymore at this point, right? Just like everything makes infinite mana. And get Flesh Blood here in half a second and kill them. What's leaking RAM? So my system monitor here, you can see Magic Online here. It's up to using 1.2 gigabytes of memory. If we let Magic Online keep running without restarting it, that number will eventually get all the way up into the 3 gigabyte range. And Magic Online becomes slower and more responsive the longer it's running. How that happens when you're writing an application is generally from the fact that you don't release objects after you're done with them. So like when you load like a card image or something into memory, you never clear it out once you're done displaying that card image. Would be cast blood, target you. I don't even actually need this blood. Just let them know how much overkill there is. I wonder how sad your life has to be that like you're in a friendly league making your opponent click out their combo. Like that's where your life's at. You're at in their life where you're playing a friendly league and you're making me click through my Ascendancy combo when you're deterministically dead. The mock. So I went 4 and 3. I punted one match and then just got run over in 2 others, but that's how Modern goes. Sometimes you just die. Sometimes you just die. Nice Storm deck opponent. It'd be a damn shame if a sweeter combo deck were to kill you. You're the first MT Joker would actually be like, and this is why. I mean, that's just speculative of why it could be. Like, there's dozens of different reasons an application could leak memory. That would probably be the most obvious one for Magic Online, but I don't even want to pretend like I know what this code base looks like. It's like the other day when we were streaming and a Panza player assaulted off on us in chat. It's like, you are literally playing Panza. You are not allowed to be salty about anything, opponent. Your deck runs on tears and salt. Modern sucks and then you die. I mean, sometimes that's how it goes, right? You know, that's the beats. If you can't lose to games like this, you don't. That's like the one file saved on the dude's laptop that gets manually restarted every other Wednesday. Yeah, this deck was sweet, Anaronics. Like I said, the matches we lost, the one we just didn't even play a full match, right? Like I punted the first game and then I didn't have enough time on my clock to like play out 2 more games, so we conceded that. And Affinity, I think I messed up the first and third games in Affinity. The problem with Standard right now is that all of the energy cards have both synergistic power as well as individual high card quality. That means it's just much better than all the other possible synergy decks that could exist. And like, honestly, at this point, I'm sympathetic towards the Magic Online team, right? Like, I'm almost certain that like the people that work on Magic Online like really want this to be good software, and they just like don't have the resources from their billion-dollar parent company to like make it good software, right? It's like this game makes lots of money, so like there's no way it's not a management problem there. Man. Yeah, so one of the matches I lost in the mocks on Sunday, my Eldrazi Tron opponent had natural Tron 2 games in a row, which their deck does not assemble Tron very quickly or consistently. And the second game, I had turn 3 Acidic Slime, and then they had turn 4 Tron without searching. I was just like, God bless it. Tell a story while we wait. What was my first big tournament? So my first large Magic tournament was an SCG Open in Collinsville, Illinois, one of their old St. Louis Opens just outside of St. Louis. I had just 3-1 to FNM the night before, and one of my other buddies had 3-1 as well, and he's like, there's this tournament, and it's only 2 hours from here, we should go, we're gonna drive down. And I was like, all right, let's go. So we hopped in the car after FNM, and we drove 2 hours to Collinsville. I think this was circa 2012. I was playing Glissa the Trader and Tezzeret, so I think that's 2012. This was like OG Mirrodin. It's not OG Mirrodin, it's Scars of Mirrodin. OG Mirrodin was forever ago. It's Scars of Mirrodin. And I remember that open very vividly. I went 1-3-2. In the first round, my opponent drew with me while dead on board, and he was very upset that he had lost my really bad pile of magic cards. What's up? You want some pretzels? You want this? Those? Okay. Where's your bowl? Go get your bowl. Or you want this? There you go. It was standard, yep. I did have fun at that tournament. I did have fun at that tournament. I went back and I played another open, standard open, with the same Sultai control deck, and I top-8'd that open, my second open ever. It was a really small open because it was on Easter weekend in Des Moines, Iowa. Like, whoever decided putting an open Easter weekend in the Bible Belt was going to be a good idea. You know what? I'm gonna relog here real quick just to make sure it's my opponent being salty and not my Magic Online being disconnected and not telling me. Because there's like equal parts that either of those things could be happening right now, right? Let's tag that sponsor screen up there real quick. You want to see my pretty desktop background? Isn't that beautiful? All right, back to the sponsor screen. How did you started the Kiki Jiki thing? What made you want to get into it? So a lot of people assumed I just played Kiki Pod in Modern. I actually never registered Birthing Pod in a sanctioned Modern tournament. I just like wanted to play Restoration Angel and Kiki Jiki together, and then we're like, well, we should find a way to tutor for these, and Quarter Calling is the best way to do that. So let's work from there. So assuming we win this match and haven't timed out and our opponent was actually just salting off, we will be 2-2 in this league with this deck. And the first match I punted and then ran out of time, and the second match was really close games. I feel like I could have played slightly better. Nope, yep, actually my opponent's just salting off. God bless us, everyone. This isn't the opponent that had connection issues either. That was the Death Shadow opponent in the last match. Well, I was hoping to play 2 decks today, but I don't think I'm going to actually have time to do that. I said salty Storm player losing to combo, and they just said the words okay back to me. So they're just like, and I've silenced them. So they actually can't have a response here because silence was the first thing that happened this turn. Silence was the first thing that happened this turn. So this person's username is xvicatus9492, forever known as the Salty Storm player. Wish I could tag people on Magic Online. Yeah, like it's not even a fucking competitive league, right? Like this is literally the 8-ticket friendly league where you always get 10 play points back. Like, nah, I mean, like, it's not this person's fault that Magic Online makes me wait 10 minutes. Like, if Magic Online was better, I could wait 5 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever a reasonable disconnect amount is, right? Like, 10 minutes is way too long of a disconnect timer. In a welcome to MTGO draft. That's phenomenal. Fucking Burgle. Oh. Do 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 do. Yeah, correct. Yeah, they're definitely there. They said okay, right? So they're probably gonna click something that'll make me respond and then make me wait another 5 minutes. So I had a lot of people ask me why I wasn't at the Open this past week, because I was thinking about going. I'm just too old to drive through the snow anymore. We had a lot of winter weather through parts of Indiana and Illinois last night, and I saw that on the forecast. So just not going to do it. Did you play this deck in Standard? I didn't. It was so much fun. I didn't play this deck in Standard, so I was addicted to a card called Savage Knuckleblade while this card was Standard legal. And let me tell you, me and Big Nux, we went places and we top 8'd things. I almost said we won things, but I didn't win tournaments. I just top 8'd them. Although I guess technically I won states. But that was like a pseudo tournament, right? I like to knuck people up. It's like put the dukes up and like tell them to get knucked up. Do do do. A part of my soul dies a little bit. Look, 23-year-old Jeff, they predicted the worst icing polar vortex in like the history of the Midwest. And 23-year-old Jeff, he hopped in the car and he drove to the Open in Indy anyways. And then he ditched his car trying to drive home and ended up staying in Indy until Tuesday or Wednesday. It was not a good time. He's old in spirit, yes. Old, angry, jaded. We are, in fact, waiting for our opponent who is deterministically dead to time out. They have been silenced, so they actually can't do anything. A quick verbal primer on this deck. Sure, that's a fun idea. For those of you just joining us, we're going to play one more match with us today. So this deck is centered around the card Jeskai Ascendancy. And we have the card Glittering Wish to fetch multicolored cards out of our sideboard. So we have 7 virtual copies of Jeskai Ascendancy in our deck. And what this allows us to do is, alongside cards like Sylvan Caryatid, Birds of Paradise, and Fatestitcher, we play a bunch of cards looping through our deck. And these cards are effectively free in terms of mana cost because of Sylvan Caryatid untapping and Fatestitcher untapping. And then eventually we kill our opponent in one of 2 ways. First is by, while we're looping through our deck, we can tap all of our opponent's blockers down with Fatestitcher and then attack them to death with a Fatestitcher like we're waiting to do in this game here. The second way is that we can just make a Sylvan Caryatid exceptionally large by using Jeskai Ascendancy triggers and then fetch this blood card out of our sideboard, which is like a fling that doesn't require you to sacrifice the creature. So you're reliant on this card. There's a lot of axes to attack this deck on, but we have some tools, like we have copies of Silence in our main deck. There's a lot of really neat innovation. This is Anaronix's list. This is a donation deck list. There's a lot of really nice little innovation in this deck list that I like the Tormod's Crypt as a free cycler is great, while also being random main deck hate. Nagging Thoughts, this card, I'm gonna nag on this card. This card's been kind of nuts for us. Is this my opponent clicking okay and then like making us wait the last 3 minutes on their clock? God bless them. There's, oh no, are we actually gonna let me kill you? Are we actually gonna let me kill you? My thoughts on the Amulet Titan deck. The deck has a lot of air and isn't very consistent. Die. You were just reading the cards that we'd played. Yeah, right. So again, we're 2-2 in this league. but I punted this first match, the first game we played with the deck, and then I didn't have enough time to win 2 more games in the set, so I just conceded the match. Then we lost a close set to Affinity, and now we've beaten Grixis, Death Shadow, and Storm. From View from Above. What does that card do? The bot will look up card text, I think. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. That's interesting. So that requires the wisps to go off, right? It requires that you wisp your thing into white. That's interesting, though. I think the Kiki Moon deck's fine. I don't think it's doing anything particularly impressive, but it's just like fine. Fine is the way I would describe it. See, it needs some more lands, but it's pretty good otherwise. It's got a Faithless Looting into Serum Visions here, so kind of excited. Oh, Ascendancy is white. Gotcha. It's just white permanent. Draw white permanent. Okay, that makes sense. Seachrome Coast Sleight of Hand, so probably Ad Nauseum. Could be Storm with a white splash, but more than likely Ad Nauseum. Yeah, I'm in the market for both of these, right? Like top here. So next turn we go Caryatid. Yeah, looks like Ad Nauseum. Next turn we go Caryatid, and the following turn we go Ascendancy. Maybe I didn't want the bird. Am I just trying to go off on 3? Yeah, I probably should have bottomed the bird, right? I guess I can loot it away, but that might cause us to miss. Yeah, I'm just going for it on 3, right? Patrick Sullivan's rant was great. I retweeted it. Patrick Sullivan's a very smart individual. You know, one of the best ways you can tell that Patrick Sullivan is smart? He's a game designer at not Wizards of the Coast. Angel's Grace seems good versus this deck. That's true. We definitely want to silence them. Opponent could potentially tap out next turn too. Would be ideal for us. Be a Phyrexian on life. No, he works for Direwolf Digital. The game, the company that makes Eternal card game. The Swan Song in our hand is pretty decent. I think I just go for it here because of my opponent's ability to play their 1 card. Hey, there's a $20 donation. Thank you very much. Probably for a donation deck list, I assume it'll pop up here in a second. Like to loot. I don't really want another Glittering Wish at this point, right? I might tap out to play this bird. We'll see. Fatestitcher is the literal nuts. Kind of wish I'd have kept the Glittering Wish now. I played a land this turn already, right? Really sad I discarded that Glittering Wish like a big dumb stupid. Should have been the bird. Have you heard about the bird? I said oh, I can't keep going, right? Oh, I just punt. Oh, I just punted that so hard by bringing the Fatestitcher back. Holy shit. God, that was bad. Why did I bring the Fatestitcher back? I thought I had a card I could play. Damn it. I can't play this bird. So the I just exiled my Fatestitcher for no reason. I discarded this Glittering Wish for no reason. I like was lamenting that I discarded this and then like punted again. It's really unfortunate. Needed to hit another 1 mana thing there to continue going off. So you needed like a Wisp or a Looting or Serum Visions or even a Silence, something like that. It's a pretty big mistake. Failing to go off wasn't a mistake, obviously. Like, we couldn't control that, but I shouldn't have brought back the Fatestitcher because I couldn't continue going off. I guess the big mistake I made this game is I should have bottomed this bird, right? That should have happened. Should have bottomed this bird. I gotta get 1 card deeper. So like if the top card of my deck is a 1 mana spell that I punted by not bottoming the bird, I wasn't gonna have a window to cast it and I thought I was going to. Yep, wow. So that really little mistake could end up costing me this entire match. I think I'm just supposed to pass here with the Swan Song up. I shouldn't have played that bird. Do I want to Wear Tear this? I think I actually just want to Wear Tear this. So I'd have been able to combo off if I'd have bottomed this stupid bird. Then I'd be down a counter on here, right? I mean, like, there's a bunch of mistakes. Just like I've talked about what the mistakes are, so like we're just move past them. Move past them, try and kill them next turn. Hopefully find a... Oh, what's it called next turn? We need to find a silence, so that way we can silence our opponent before we really start comboing. That way they can't Angel's Grace us when we go for lethal. I mean, like, is that really true? Like, I have this Wear Tear in my hand, and I have this Swan Song in my hand. Like, I mean, like, haha, interactive magic, haha, but, like, we are kind of playing interactive magic, right? It's Noxious Revival for now. This cantrips and generates extra mana for us. Bottom, top. Yeah, the way these cards panned out, we like almost certainly would have killed them on our third turn if I had scryed correctly. And for there are 3 copies of Silence in our deck. They did not. My font is different because so can a mod make a font command, please? One of my wonderful mods, please make a font command. That hit's actually good there because it means that we'll be able to it looks like they're casting Angel's Grace in response here. Yep. It's another silence. Okay. Been that. This means we can start comboing next turn, right? This is also an anti-combo card for them too. So like if they try and add Nauseum, I can tear this and then silence them. I got it, Dog Breath. You're good. Storage counter in there, yep. So they need another Angel's Grace this turn, or we can probably kill them. And every Angel's Grace we burn through is going to make it harder for them to combo because we have this Wear Tear to kill their Phyrexian on life. Again, like, all of this is just way harder than it has to be because I messed up and didn't kill them on turn 3. They could try and combo in response. They know I have this Wear Tear in my hand, though, because I picked it up with the Glittering Wish earlier. Oh, so they have Ad Nauseum in addition to the Angel's Grace here? Already have a white floating, so tear that, and then one of their last two cards is Angel's Grace, because that's how that goes. When I punt, I never get to unpunt. Made black mana? Spoils of the Vault, okay. They're tapped out. What are they spoilings for? For fuck's sake. Just hit their Pact of Negation. Well, it's a good beat. Well played by the opponent. I guess they weren't going to die regardless because they had this Phyrexian on life. Discarded my Swan Song earlier. Yeah, I punted this game like 3 different ways. Alright, kill me. And you know what? Okay, so the part that they had to get lucky on is that they didn't exile Lightning Storm or Simian Spirit Guide on there. So if they would have exiled a Simian Spirit Guide or a Lightning Storm there, we would have killed them. Need to see their whole deck here. Yeah. And again, just could have killed him on turn 3. Wait, what? Oh, they're silenced. They're silenced. Oh, they punted back. They're punted back. Hold on, Jake. Dad's got to kill his opponent. All right, what are we doing here? This out, this in. That's really clean. Yep. All right, submit. I'll be right back. I gotta help. What do you need? Need a diaper? Something to drink? Is this what you want? Oh, we're not going up. For people that are suggesting bringing in cards like Pithing Needle and Leyline, when my opponent combos, they draw their entire deck, which means that they can very easily just have an Echoing Truth to pick up one of our hate pieces like that. So I don't think they're very good. Jacob is currently very upset because he's not getting his way, so I'm just going to be playing the match here without some commentary, sorry, so you don't have to listen to me talk over him shrieking because he's upset because he's not getting his way. So when he calms down, I will put the microphone back on. Sorry about that. Basically just force of willed our spell down to the paying 1 life because of City of Brass. It's pretty funny. So this really doesn't play around another discard spell, but I think I'm just supposed to Noxious Revival this Glittering Wish and go get an Ascendancy next turn. Yeah, Abundant Growth does let me keep the counter on the Gemstone Mine at some point, but I want to have the Abundant Growth as a way to get... What? Why wouldn't you just... They should just let me draw this, and then... I'm gonna wait a turn cycle here and flashback this looting next turn. I think opponent has to spend another Angel's Grace here, paying for this Pact of Negation. Sure. Yeah, like, they knew the cards in my hand, right? I should have done this last turn, and then I could have cast this Serum Visions. Yeah, it was loose. It was loose. This is, in fact, like, exactly the reason to have done this first. Another Fatestitcher and a Manamorphose. I'll bottom that. I'm going to top this Manamorphose. I wouldn't mind drawing that, I don't think. Not really interested in a looting. Guess the Wisps is fine. I'm going to pass the turn here. My opponent's pretty far from comboing us. I'm not going to play this land because I think I want to bin this land plus bird to this Faithless Looting flashback next turn. No, they'd have just cast their Thing in response. So City of Brass gives you the mana right away, even though it uses the trigger on the stack. Put a Lotus Bloom on into play, sure. So like here I could technically silence them and they couldn't play Unlife then, but like I don't think that's really a good play on our part. You want a drink? Yeah. See, that's how you ask nicely. We don't scream. These are words. All right, so birds down, land down. Hand's not doing a whole lot here. I guess I should wait on this, right? This island past the turn. They have 2 cards in their hand. They have a Lotus Bloom on 2 now. This is technically free to cycle, right? So I should just take a draw step. Man, now I'm really sad that I bought him that Faithless Looting. And a little sad that I bought him that I discarded that bird. I mean, I guess I take the Swan Song, right? And I bottomed a Faithless Looting, so I want to cycle this, or fetch this, I think. Like, we're 29 cards into our deck here, but remember they dealt with 2 Glittering Wishes, so we still we have 5 copies of Ascendancy, basically, and 28 cards once we fetch with this Misty Rainforest. Pentad Prism, that's fine. So this thing's coming off next turn, so I probably want to try and make a move before then. Oh, wait. Next turn? Yeah, next turn. Good lord. Okay. Yep. Do I want to try and go for this here? I think I do. It's got a lot of action in it, right? God, what a fucking tilt. Oh. Gonna pass the turn here. I want to hold these extra things to loot away, I think. Yeah, Fatestitcher doesn't do anything. We're not choked on mana. No, I don't think so. I think I want to hold the Swan Song to counter their Ad Nauseum. I think trying to kill them with 1 more loot there is really greedy. And like, if we draw another spell next turn, we have a good chance to kill them. So I think just like having a way to beat Ad Nauseum is fine. They have like discard into Ad Nauseum. It's whatever. We'll play a 3rd game, but I think holding the Swan Song is correct here. They playing like a backup on life. Oh, this is just guess it. So we need them to not have negate. Pact of Negation is one of their cards, and they've already played 2 of them. I guess they could also have land second Ad Nauseum. Alright, I mean, that's a loot next turn, right? Also draw a step, and we've thinned a lot of air out of our deck, so here's hoping. Our last 2 cards are Untapped Land, Ad Nauseum. They just want it more than we do. Please be Serum. Digger's Cage. Wow, what a fucking beating. Wow, that's unreal. We bricked on our turn too. Oh god. Alright, Glittering Wish is decent. That means we can kill this Digger's Cage, right? Jacob, calm down, buddy. This wear tear is gonna be real good, right? Please give me something to let me continue going off. That doesn't count. Help, please. All right. I'm just auto passing, right? I can't do anything. Yep. Quit asking. All right. I did miss 3 points of damage. You're correct. Yeah. God, this game. What a game of Magic the Gathering. I think I'm gonna wait for one more draw. I know I could silence there and like try and go for it, but I think waiting for one more card in my hand gives us a much better chance of going off. I think waiting for one more card in my hand gives us a much better chance of going off. I think their chances of killing us next turn are pretty low, so I'm gonna wait for one more card. How many lands are left in our deck? 1, 2. We have 5 in play, 6 in my hand, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think there's 15 lands in our deck. 16, so there's 4 lands and 19 cards right now. Alright, so I'm going to start with the silence here. If this resolves... hopefully the Serum Visions into these Fatestitchers will be enough. I'm not bringing the Fatestitchers back yet, because if they do their thing in response to the silence, I don't want them to be able to... I don't want to have blown our Fatestitcher load, basically. Glittering Wish is an ace draw. Please resolve. Please resolve. Please resolve. God bless us. Alright, so Fatestitcher, come out to play. This should probably be the game with the Glittering Wish draw. Fatestitcher, come out to play. Tap you. Untap you. I actually don't want to loot, right? Because I don't just want to mill randomly, because I don't want to discard this card. Alright, I don't want either of those, actually. They don't do anything. God, watch us lose because I didn't randomly loot there. I guess I get to Scarscale Ritual here, right? So we should be in the clear. I don't actually have to deal that much damage to them. God, just like all of these famous last words. Use Glittering Wish's ability. I would like to get Scarscale Ritual. Alright, God bless. I was gonna be really tilted if we missed on a spell here. Oh, we could have regrowth. Yeah, you're right. That's a good line. I have plenty of mana. That's a line that would have guaranteed us the game. You're super correct. That would have guaranteed us the game, and I should have done that. But it looks like we've hit anyway. Thank you for pointing that out, though. And it tilted off. I mean, and we deserved to lose, right? Because like I missed the line to do the other thing. All right, now they're dead, right? And we've silenced them, so they just can't do anything. Is this deck good? They're dead, right? This is 11. Yeah, they're dead. All right, sweet. Look at that. Look at that. Is this deck good? Is this deck good? I think I kind of like this deck. So like, I don't know if all the details are right. I feel like this card, there can't possibly only be one copy of this card, because this card was just insane every time we... I mean, is it that weak to discard? We have a bunch of redraws, and we have 7 copies of our named card. Just like everything sucks at discard, right? It's weak to Magic Online, that's for sure. Yeah, so this deck was a lot of fun, and it seems like it's kind of powerful. I don't know, again, that all the details are right. I'm a sucker for Wish Package. Maybe I'm not objective about that. But things I wouldn't be sure on. There's Path to Exile, Swan Song, Split. I'm not sure that's right. Like, these random one-ofs that are in the deck, like, are these better than other things we could potentially be doing? Like, I'm kind of hard-pressed to believe that this Tormod's Crypt is better than a second Noxious Revival. I feel like this has to be, this is probably just better to have more of these. I want a second copy of Nagging Thoughts somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. Over the rainbow. I really like Swan Song index like this. When you're killing them the turn you go off, it's just like a really flexible counterspell that also interacts with combo decks that are slightly faster than yours. You should try the 4 ideas and bound version, maybe. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for the day. Remember, my afternoon streams are generally just 1 league. I thought this deck was gonna be fast to play through, which was a huge mistake. We played this league for almost rolling over to the 3-hour mark right now, so it took us much longer to finish this league than I was expecting it to take. So we're not going to get to the Blue Black Tron deck today. We'll probably do that at some point in the future. Thank you everyone for hanging out today, and I'll be back tomorrow morning. Every Tuesday morning is my Magic slots in the morning, so I will catch all of them with some more sweet donation deck lists. If you're wondering what's in the donation queue, what's coming up, be sure to type !donation queue or check out bit.ly/Google sellout. If you didn't catch all 3 hours of us comboing nerds with this deck, be sure to look it up on the YouTube channel after the fact. I'm gonna get it uploading now.